Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something along the lines of all the other shit that I like to do, and that is light up stuff. And today what we're going to be installing is light up door sills. So what we're going to be doing is removing the factory sill, which, as you guys can see, they cheaply glued on there, so it's time to replace it anyways. And we will be replacing it with the light up version, and as you guys can tell, I got red. And the trick is, when you install these, that you have to tap into a light on the vehicle that is on when the door is open and turns off when the door is closed. And the only light that you can do that with is this courtesy one right here. So if you guys have a Mercedes like Flex, sorry buddy, you're screwed, unless you decide to run the wires yourself, which is not difficult. You can rerun the wires to the doors, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that in another video, because these factory, what is it, Mercedes Audio 20 system, this is not cutting it. I think this system sounds pretty bad, and it's going to be replaced all completely with JL audio. So I will be showing you guys how to take this door off, how to replace the speakers, and how to do that. Now with today, we're going to be removing that sill, which will require removing the weather stripping, which will require removing this. We'll remove the underside. You're going to have to remove all of this because the cables that I'm going to need to tap are right here. They're running in the door to that little light up switch, and they actually come down, and there's a spot right here where they're all hiding at, and I'm going to show you where that spot is. Now it's really important that you guys understand that it's a Mercedes and they do have fiber optic cables running inside these cars. You don't want to start cutting, you don't want to start stabbing, you want to be very careful of which wires you guys start to poke and prod at, because if you poke a fiber optic one, you've destroyed the entire fiber optic cable, and then you're going to have to repair the entire thing. So I'm going to show you guys what to look out for. Let's go ahead and let's start taking this whole thing apart and get this thing installed.
Coming waves across the shore. Oh, maybe you could fly my kite, babe. Maybe you could fly my kite, babe. I can hear your laughter coming waves across the shore. Oh, maybe you could fly my kite, babe. Maybe you could fly my kite, babe. We could be together, you're the one I'm looking for. Oh, maybe you could fly my kite, babe. Maybe you could fly my kite, babe. We could be
Okay guys, this is the really important cable that you do not want to ever fuck with on a Mercedes, and that is this orange one right here. This is a fiber optic cable that is running from the front of the vehicle all the way to the back of the vehicle to the Sirius XM. So proof is in the pudding. If you guys pull here and pull this thing off, you can see the fiber optic light. Do not ever cut that cable. If you guys cut that cable, you're better off just buying a new car.
Alright guys, so Raymond just stepped inside and I just heard him talking about how these freaking orange wires are like the most expensive thing in this car. And so what I did is I went ahead and put some orange wire and cut it. And all you're going to see is reaction.
Check out what I'm doing.
Yeah man, looks good.
Dude, what the fuck did you do?
What are you talking about?
Why did you cut those? Oh,
that's the one you
fuck
said
me.
to cut.
Oh, you fucking cunt. You're such a fucking cunt, man. Oh, you are. Oh, dude. You. Fuck you, Nick.
Alright guys, peace out.
This is probably one of the things I dislike about Mercedes. As you guys can see here, we had torrential rains the other day, and the little plugs that they use to run the water off of the sunroof is too small for the amount of rain that it comes in Florida. I mean, look at this, right? Squeezing this. Look at that water just. So I'm gonna take the vacuum all this water out and get it nice and dry in here again. Mercedes, if you're watching this, you're probably not, you guys probably hate me. But if you're watching this, if you ever build a car for Florida, upgrade the shit out of the water system on there, because you guys are designing these things for places that it doesn't rain. So now the next thing, attach this, get this all out of the way. If you guys never done it, press and pull. Then you'll have access to all your wires that are running into the door. It's kind of a trick. You like hold everything here. So right there are all the wires that are running into the door, so you guys can see. Here's the whole loom. All of this is going right into the door of the vehicle. Know your reaction once you guys realize that these are the cables going into the door. Your first reaction is going to be to bust out this guy right here and then start poking those wires. Well, let me tell you a little secret booby trap Mercedes installed inside their cars to prevent modifications. If you touch any one of those wires down here with anything like this, or anything that has the ability to tell the volt going through there, it will immediately shut down the radio. It'll shut down the whole Mercedes system because it detects a voltage drop. Because this is consuming, even though it's a little bit of voltage, it'll kill it instantly. So you do not want to go prodding around in here. Instead, what you want to do is take apart this right here. It comes off pretty easy. This is it on there right now. It's on there tight. Just take your thumb, press here, and then pull down. And then with this out of the way, you guys can come up here and take off the door. And with the door out of the way, you can now access the Mercedes VR module. This is the brains behind the way your door functions. And as you guys can see all the cables coming into it, and then from there it feeds it to where it needs to go. If you are going to be installing the light up door emblem, Flex, this is for you. You're going to want to go ahead and go after that green cable over there. Maybe your car didn't have one. You can easily pick one up in a junkyard and then go ahead, plug it in, and then rerun to the door. And how do I know that? Well, let's take apart this. Take this off. Look at that. What colors do we have? We have silver with a blue line. And then on the other side, we just have a pure silver with a very faint yellow line. So we come back up here to our Mercedes VR module, and you spot out the ones that you are pertaining to inside your vehicle. And in my case, it's actually box number 6, which is that right there. Those are going to be the ones for my courtesy door lights. So now I'm going to go ahead, reach in here, unplug this, and then tap into the wires that I need to do. Now, if you guys can't reach in here and you guys just want to tap directly into the door wires, you can do that. And all you would have to do is get one of these. These are a pretty long zip tie, and feed it down in that direction. And then you can hear it moving through the door. And once it gets to where it needs to get to, you just stick your hand in here. There you go. Look at that. So, Flex, you got no excuses for installing this, buddy. You and me are on Team Mercedes. You represent it a lot more than I do, but hurry up, get this installed on your car. It's not that hard, bro. And once you get it on your car, this little $15 mod, I swear to God, has gotten more attention than my Demon Eyes, more attention than my stereo, more attention than anything I've done on this car. This little $15 mod. This little mod right here gets bitches all day, every day. But I don't need that. I'm married. So that's how you guys get it from here. So when you guys are going to be installing the door sill, that's what you need to keep in mind. That's where you guys want to be getting the wires from, which are ultimately from the VR module up here. Do not tap any of those cables down there. And now that we're done with that recap, I'm going to go ahead and tap those cables from up top. pretty easy. All you need is a little quick splice set. I'll show you what those look like. That looks like this. And then get some Tessa tape. Really important to have Tessa tape if you guys ever work on cars. Don't use electrical tape, just use Tessa tape. It prevents vibration. So let's go ahead, get the wires all tapped in, and then run them all back through the other side using my super long zip tie. So here we are with the Mercedes door sill, and the black is the negative, white is the positive. We're going to go ahead and attach it to a coated cord, that way it doesn't rattle inside the door with the speakers. So now what we're going to do is put the two together, white with red, black with black, and then we'll solder it, put the heat shrink, and then run this all through inside the door. What I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to feed it from top to bottom. That way I can start pulling my wire through. Then I'll tie it to this. There it goes. Now what we're going to do is pull the wire through the boot and into the VR area. This is the tricky part. As you guys can see, wants to go back, you kind of like have to trick it to come forward, even help it out a little bit. See? There we go. And now we have enough to reach our door. So now we just have to feed it down and into the door. At the same time, you also want to make sure you have enough on this end, so it's kind of like a give and take battle. Just pull back just a little bit. Just remember to pull back, you gotta pull all this backward too. Now with the cable there, you can go ahead and follow it on top of the 6-inch mid-range. Feed it down in that direction, just like that. And next thing you know, it'll start popping up all the way over here. You can just reach in and pull it out. That's how you guys get the cable to the light up footwell area. Now we can just go ahead, tap these two wires to these two wires, and the Mercedes logo will light up when the door is open, and when you close the door, it'll turn off. Not that hard. And those of you guys like, for instance, Flex, who doesn't have this cable, it's not difficult. You guys can rerun your own cable from here to the VR module, or you can go on eBay and find a junkyard parts and connect them all. That way you have the factory plug. Not difficult. So let's go ahead, determine which one of these is positive, which one is negative, and then we'll tap them accordingly. Here we go. Here's the projector actually on. And now we need to verify exactly which one is positive, which one is negative. I have a strong feeling the one with the stripe is going to be the ground. That's a Mercedes thing. And yep, solid one is positive. The one with the blue stripe is the ground. So now what we're going to do is tap into these wires. Red's going to go here, black is going to go there. And I'll show you guys with it all tapped up. Alright guys, this is it. Right there, it's wired in. It looks beautiful. The door's open, so now it's giving that nice flashing color to let you know that your door's open. The lights are still working. I actually ended up just soldering it on there And the reason for that is because I don't want these inside my door, especially with me upgrading the door speakers. I don't want that much noise rumbling around and rattling in here. I hate rattling noises. Right, Jen? I hate rattling noises. So let's go ahead, finish this up. I'm going to put another heat shrink on it and then Tessa tape it. And then from there I'll go over to the driver's side and repeat the process. So now we have to remove this factory Mercedes door sill, and as you guys can see, this thing has seen better days. It's already coming apart in certain places. Best thing to do is let's go ahead, use this banjo tool, get up underneath. Let's see if we can locate those clips. Oh, what is this? It's not even clipped in, it's glued in. Oh man. This is going to be a lot tougher than what I thought it was going to be. Alright guys, that was a straight up nightmare taking that shit off of there. Whatever the hell Mercedes used to glue this thing down, they do not want you taking it off. It was a nightmare. I literally just used 2 complete bottles of alcohol. Gunk be gone, that didn't even work. So don't even waste your time on that. The 2 bottles of alcohol was fine. You just have to keep going, scrubbing away, make sure you got something plastic. Tried using my thumbnail, almost really twisted up my nail pretty bad. Don't do that. So now that I got it cleaned up, I'm just positioning it now, and as you guys can see, I don't want to put the wires right here because the metal clip is going to come down and cut these wires up. So we need to move it either further down this way, just like that, but then so you guys can see if it goes further down that way, it wants to kick it out. Or you guys can move it further to the rear, you would want to kick it out. So I'm going to position it right there, just so we're outside of that the cutting zone. Go check it out. Look how clean and shiny the new one is. It is amazing. I can see myself in it. Looks fantastic. I give it 3 days before it gets scratched. But the light up feature is going to be awesome. Now I'm going to go ahead, jump over to the other side of the car and get that all taken care of so we can check it out what it looks like at night. now let's check out all of our hard work and see how does it look. Oh man, this is gonna look sick at night. Oh my god, check that out. It is beautiful. I love that effect when you open it up, that it just illuminates you. It's like welcome to the cockpit, and then it stays on, and if you leave the door open long enough, it'll start flashing to let you know that the door is open. And then of course we still have our beautiful vintage Mercedes light up floor logo going on over here, and the whole system works out beautifully. It was straightforward, it was simple. I made it as clear as I could. There's two important things to take away from this. First, don't ever be afraid of wiring or rewiring a vehicle. As long as you have some thought process and you guys are thinking it through how you're going to handle it, you can do it. Second, remember to take your time. Always take your time, be patient, and you want to do the job perfect. It is your vehicle, and even if you're working on somebody else's vehicle, you want to be perfect. So always remember to take your time. I have to let you guys know that the manufacturer that I bought the red ones from informed me that they are super limited with the color red. They have blue and white up the yin yang, but red is really limited. So if you want to get the red ones, I'm going to go ahead and leave the link in the description below. You're going to have to jump on that real quick because red ones are going to go real fast. Subscribe to my community. I would love to have you guys as part of the channel, and give the video a thumbs up if this is something that you guys want to do. And lastly, with that being said, Flex, if you're watching this, dude, that wasn't hard. You can wire that inside your door. Take care, guys. Have a good one. All right, let's see what these things look like at night. Here we go. Oh my god. That is so cool. That is absolutely gorgeous. All right, guys, take care. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. See y'all in about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Not gonna lie, guys, this is probably one of the hottest mods I've done. That is so good looking. Oh my god, I love it. And there's that flashing because the door's open. So I'm gonna do this one more time. Oh yeah. That's a cat's ass.